the world's time-bound and quantified targets to, among others, address extreme poverty in its many dimensions like hunger, disease, lack of adequate shelter and exclusion, while promoting gender equality, education, and environmental sustainability. Countries across the world, Malawi inclusive, are busy working on various strategies on how to attain the MDGs by 2015, the United Nations time-bound. Fair trade is another major activity that is, if well incorporated into various developmental actions, can help countries, especially the third world, into realizing their MDGs by 2015. This is why Blantyre City Council, BCC, in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, organized a sensitization training workshop for head teachers from within Blantyre City to equip them with knowledge on issues to do with fair trade and the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs. Head teachers are said to be vital in the country's achievement of the United Nations 8 Millennium Development Goals, MDGs. Wondering how this is so? For an explanation, here is Ruth Samati Kambali, District Education Manager for Blantyre, working with Blantyre City Council.
Teachers are one of our targets in the fair trade movement. The reason being that teachers have got a multiplier effect in the sense that we have taught them here. They will take the same message to the learners, and the learners will take the same message to their parents. So we believe that by reaching out to the teachers, we are reaching out to a larger community, more than the teachers themselves. So we believe that this channel that we have taken will pass the message on to the communities out there about the Millennium Development Goals and fair trade practices. And we believe that the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals, it's a concerted effort. It's not supposed to be the government of Malawi. Every Malawian has got a part to play. As schools, they have got a part to play. A teacher has got a part to play. Students have got a part to play. Communities, parents have got a part to play. So we'd like to bring on board all these stakeholders, that they should have at least something to say. They should have at least a contribution towards the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals.
Now, let's see in contrast the knowledge difference between the organizers and the head teachers themselves on the meaning of MDGs and fair trade practices.
Fair trade. I think I'm going to learn something about fair trade.
What I know about Aware and Fair is about the fair trade between Malawi and the international countries, whereby we have to have trade between the two countries.
This one, partially I can say I know a little of it, but I can at least cite a very good example. Aware and Fair, in fact, that is now, we should be aware of this trade whereby our learners are going to benefit for the little resources that they have to a better resource through these exchanges.
I think we get something from exchanging. Maybe if you sell things from one country to another, you get taxi, and that taxi you get money to use.
This tells one thing. Despite the fact that it is only a few years from the United Nations time frame to attaining the MDGs, there is still more to be done for everybody to really understand MDGs and fair trade practices. But the good news is, Malawi, through its various stakeholders, including the Blantyre City Council, BCC, have taken upon themselves sensitizing people why the country has to take part in fair trade practices. Fair trade is, among others, helping in the construction of the infrastructures such as school blocks, health facilities, and other social service amenities through fair trade premiums.
If we are going to have this fair trade, we are going to benefit through the exchange of goods from our country to another country, so as for in turn we are going to have at least an income whereby the government is going to implement in constructing infrastructure in our schools. You know, these days in our schools we have got a lot of learners whereby they don't have enough rooms to learn. So as a result, we are going to have more rooms whereby our learners are going to be accommodated. In most cases, if you go into our schools, you'll find that most of the classes are full. One teacher to 120 or 230 learners per teacher, whereby our actual ratio for the teacher is 1 to 60. So if this fair trade is going to be implemented much better than it was before, we are going to have at least more classrooms whereby the teacher is going to have a quite understandable number of learners.
During the training session, the participants were given some tasks to work in groups. There were 8 groups, each representing one MDG. After a thorough discussion, it was now time for each group to present their shared ideas.
Now we come to policies. 1. If you cut a tree, plant 10. 2. Constructing improved types of toilets, e.g. style toilets. Construction of fire breaks around woodlots and forests. And then harvesting water, keeping the environment clean. The last one is healthy for all.
One thing for sure is that the course that Blantyre City Council, BCC, and the Ministry of Education have taken will slowly infiltrate into many people's hearts, which eventually will see every individual in the country pursuing the developmental goals. After the training workshop, there is a clear indication that indeed knowledge is power, and it is through such trainings that Malawi can forge ahead in its developmental activities. Here are the head teachers once again, this time aware and fair.
Let me say the truth, I didn't know anything about fair trade, but this seminar has been an eye-opener to me. As of now, I have properly understood about the fair trade. That is an agreement between the consumers in the Western countries and with the producers.
Fair trade is the agreement between the producer as well as the one who is going to be the consumer. And again, this help this for the agreement of the award exchange of goods.
We were just hearing that child labor, I didn't know how it came about. This time I'm able to tell parents that if they want to utilize our learners, it shouldn't be during the working hours. It can be after they've gone to school. They can also help in the development of the country within us.
At first I had no idea, but now I've learned a lot. Fair trade is the agreement between the producer and the buyer.
Fair trade is the agreement that is entered between the producer and the consumer for the benefit of the community as well.
Fair trade, this time I can say, is now an agreement between the producer and the buyer in the developing country, whereby there is an agreement of buying the commodities at a fair price.
Thus, the foundation stone laid through this training workshop. Now, what's the way forward? The District Education Manager once again.
Our next step will be we'll request them to formulate clubs in their schools so that now they can start talking more about the Millennium Development Goals as well as fair trade, and we also can organize some quiz competitions between schools in their zones where we'll give out educational prizes to them as a motivation to the learners so that at the end of the day we take the message across.
And on their part, the head teachers feel they have a role to play in raising awareness in their various schools and communities.
I'm going to implement this through the sensitisation through teachers, trainers and the school committees and PTA. At first I'm going to conduct a staff meeting with the teachers. After that I'm going to tell the learners about this fair trade. After that, we are going to do parental meeting with the community.
When I go back to my school, I will sensitize the teachers and the learners and even the community to know about this fair trade, so that they also participate in.
First step, we are going to have a sensitisation meeting with our school teachers. Then after that, we are going to meet our community, the PTM, the community SMC committees, whereby we want to sensitize them.
We hope from here we have to go to our schools and sensitize our teachers, sensitize our learners and the community as well, but through PTA. With our learners, we don't have any problem because we have them in the classes, we have them during the assemblies, and our teachers during staff meeting. We are going to sensitize them about fair trade.
Now, the onus is on us Malawians in helping our government to achieve the Millennium Development Goals MDGs by the set United Nations time bound, which is 2015.